Welcome, it's denome. As you can see, the price of Bitcoin fell down roughly 6.5% from my most recent video. Unfortunately, I did get this market move wrong. I wasn't expecting this, and you probably know the situation between Israel, Iran, and Lebanon. I'm not going to talk about that because you probably know enough, but there are other events that you may not have noticed unless you watch this video. I have some extremely spicy news to share with you guys. We will take a look at fundamentals, and I will give you my technical analysis at the end of the video, and I will give you my exact trade setups at the end of the video as well. So stick around for that if you are interested to know how I am trading this move here. Now, before I show everything else, let me talk about the most important piece of news, and that is coming from from X. So I saw this post here, like saw 1 million other people, but the federal debt in the United States just exploded to the upside. So we saw $275 billion of new debt in the government. That's a lot of money, and this is basically now rivaling the money printing that we saw in June of 2023. And the only time before we are seeing like major price debt increases like that, we have to basically go to 2020 market bottom. Now we're not talking nearly as much money as we were printing back then, at least as of now. This move here was roughly $3 trillion of new money printing. So it's not that much yet, but this is signaling a major shift in monetary policy, obviously. So this is a major catalyst, and I went ahead and I wanted to verify this because, as you can see, that move is not on this chart. None of the charts is basically updated, but if I go to usdebtclock.org, you can see this is now showing the $35.6 trillion of new money, new debt, or the total debt of United States government here. So this is, in my opinion, now verified information. So this is a major price catalyst, obviously, for Bitcoin and for gold as well. And speaking of gold, and this is very, very important, when we actually put the price of gold here on top of the price of Bitcoin, what we basically saw from the invasion from Israel into Lebanon and the missile attack from Iran into Israel, gold basically did not move at all. If anything, you can see the price of gold went up. So this is extremely important that gold is doing its job as a hedge against craziness in the world. Now it's working. Bitcoin, on the other hand, completely took a tumble while there was global tensions. So this is important. So if you want to protect your money against a black swan, from this data, it seems like gold is much safer choice than is Bitcoin, and you might still make some gains with gold anyway, now that it started to move finally to the upside as well. So I just wanted to highlight this difference between gold and Bitcoin here. But overall, when there's a major escalation in the world, usually in the short term, Bitcoin price goes down, but in the long term, that also makes people want to buy Bitcoin because of all the money printing and all the geopolitical stuff as well. So Bitcoin usually reacts to those bullishly, but with a delay. Usually the short term is a panic. So that is just what I wanted to share with you with gold. Also, when we take a look at the M2 money supply of the world, so this is all of the M2 money supplies of major currencies in their dollar denominated values. You can see we were supported here by this line just in June of 2024 that I reported, and this line has been true since 2008. It started right about actually 2007, so it started in November, December of 2007, and we have been supported by this money printer line, and right now we are not seeing the new M2 money supply flow into this chart yet. But this will probably go to the upside with US government printing more money or taking more debt, but it hasn't reacted to that as of now. But this is nice that it's now basically, we had the bounce here and we've continued to go to the upside with global money supply. This is extremely bullish for Bitcoin, that this is basically above this trend line here. So that is the situation, the most important news. Also, what you have to understand, and this is just something, it doesn't really affect anything, but I think this is interesting. So now the Muslim countries are basically showing solidarity for Iran, promising that they will not allow any attacks launched from their territory or airspace against Iran. So this is interesting because Saudi Arabia is usually siding with United States because of their historical ties and the oil and all these things. But now they're basically, at least on the surface level, seems like they are supporting Iran in this situation. So this whole thing, Israel is still vowing revenge against Iran. So let's see how this goes, because there may be another escalation in the Middle East. Hopefully it will quiet down, but unlikely. Then we have another situation, obviously in the United States. You've heard about the hurricane. Well, this is simply speculation here, and I don't know who this person is. This just popped up in my timeline, because my timeline is a lot of conspiracy stuff. I'm into that kind of things, but all in all, this person here is claiming that they were speaking to a family member who holds a high-ranking position in the military. And apparently the military is preparing for a war on the homeland. And what kind of war? She's talking about basically a civil war pitted against us, the people. So this is quite interesting. I don't know if this has any merit to it. Maybe it's a 1% chance that this will happen. But we know that there have been 2 assassination attempts against Trump that we know of. Maybe there's more, who knows. But two that we know of, and you know the whole United States situation with these elections, both sides are basically claiming that if the other side wins, that's the end of democracy. So this could escalate into something maybe a little bit more serious. And one reason why it could happen is if you followed up what's going on with the hurricane, it seems like the government is very stingy to give any help for the people who are suffering, who are drowning. And the military is basically ordered to stand down, not help the people. And the government is also banning any civilians from helping other civilians. So nobody can basically help the survivors or the victims there. And this person in the military apparently is claiming that this is not the military I signed up for. I am pissed. I don't want to basically see a child die. I cannot help but cry. So he's just hating the whole situation there. They cannot rescue people, watching children drown, all these things. So I don't know if anything will come up of this. Maybe not, most likely not, but I thought it was interesting. So if, let's say, this would materialize, because I do have to at least take this into my decision-making process, let's say it's a 1% chance, probably the value of the dollar will collapse, and maybe Bitcoin will take a tumble, but like I showed you before, maybe gold will do quite well if that scenario would materialize within this election cycle. I personally don't think it will happen, and like I said, even in these kind of scenarios, eventually Bitcoin will do good anyway. But I just wanted to share that some people are at least worried about this. Now, that is all of the most important news, but I did see one person here, a hedge fund manager, basically saying that this is a no-brainer to buy Bitcoin at these price levels. So what he's sharing here is this Quinn Thompson, and he said that currently this dip here is different from the previous 3 dips that we saw. So when you look at the moving averages, you can see when the price actually started to fall down, it basically went directly through the support each time. But this time we are seeing a bounce right at the moving average. So maybe this time it's different. Also, he's saying that another reason why this time it's different is because the fundamentals have changed. The rate rates have now started to basically being cut, and also we are seeing the new debt in the government. And usually after the elections, obviously the president wants to do good, so they want to initiate a lot of stimulus in the markets. So that's why basically this fund manager is saying that it makes a lot of sense to buy Bitcoin at this price point here. So when we take a look at the fundamentals then, and we go to sentiment, and sentiment is a tool that I use to basically look under the hood of Bitcoin, and we look at what the whales are doing. In my previous video, I noted that whales are not selling in this pump here, and even at this dump, we are basically still not seeing any whale selling, any significant whale selling. So we're looking at wallets that are older than 3 years, have held Bitcoin for more than 3 years, and wallets that have held Bitcoin for more than 1 year. Basically, nobody is panic selling at this moment in time. And previously, when we take a look at the recent peaks, you saw a lot of profit taking during this time here. You saw a lot of profit taking during this time here as well. But right now, what you don't see is you don't see any profit taking almost at all from old wallets. So either all old wallets have already sold, or they don't want to sell anymore and they are happy to hold. And that idea is also supported, obviously, when we take a look at the supply held by Bitcoin miners. When we take a look at the supply held by Bitcoin miners, this is also going sideways. So they don't want to sell. They want to hold. They are expecting higher prices as well, it seems like. So all in all, it seems like smart money, or let's say old money, whales, all these people, they are not scared or shaken out of Bitcoin even at this price move here. So all these things, when we take into consideration, are fundamentally bullish in my opinion. Obviously, there might be a short-term crash still. That's not out of the question. But it looks like price wants to go to the upside. However, when we go and take a look at the liquidation heat map, currently I'm looking at the 3-day, but I'll change it to 1 week now. When we take a look at the liquidation heat map, you do see a lot of yellow here, again below $60,000. So $59,800. We see $300 million worth of liquidations here at this moment. So in my opinion, it is likely that we may go and tag this one more time, basically to take out the last longs from this move here. And from here, maybe we will go to the upside. So that's the liquidation heat map as well. When we take a look at the ETFs, we did see a little bit sell pressure from ETFs, 24,000 Bitcoin, at least until October 2nd. We don't have the latest number, unfortunately, so I don't know what the funds did yesterday, but October 2nd, that was the day when the attack happened. So it seems like the funds are not in a panic mode. That's what it seems like, in my opinion, as well. So all in all, when we go to the chart here, and I share my technical analysis, and then I will share you my trade setups as well. So technical terms, we can see a bullish divergence here on the chart. So we saw a higher low on RSI, while the price kept going to the downside and downside. I personally made a short bit right at the peak here to the bottom here. Now I'm currently holding a long after the breakout level here, and I'm expecting the price to go to $62,200. That's my long position. But I have a very tight stop loss basically below this candle here. If the price goes below $6,400, then I'm shorting Bitcoin basically to the downside. But the momentum has basically been taken out, at least now, because as you can see, we broke out of this very steep short-term trend line here. So currently we went to the upside, but what I'm kind of expecting what will happen is we have a short relief rally basically back to this resistance line here. That's my expectation. Then we basically take a tumble down to take that liquidation that I just showed you here. Maybe we go all the way down to like $57,000 here. Who knows, back to basically this trend line here. But I don't currently expect a major crash in price anymore. This is basically the bottom area. If you see Bitcoin here, this is where I will go big dig long and basically hope for the best. But at least as of now, I'm expecting the price to tag here, then we go take out the liquidations here, and then we basically go back to the upside. But I will make an update video after we do go there, probably on Monday. So these are my price expectations. So for the trade setups, I'm obviously using Bybit.com, and they currently have a $10 million prize pool for people who join this trading competition. And I made a squad here, and you can join the squad for free, and there's a lot of rewards that you are eligible for if you join the squad. We currently don't have enough people to trade and actually enter my squad, so we still have 6 days left until this competition actually starts, but you can still already register to be in my squad. If you use my affiliate link before or not, you can still join my squad if you want to. And there's a bunch of other rewards also if you use my affiliate link. So I'm sponsored by Bybit completely and transparently. So that's my pitch there. And for the trade setup, this is my account on Bybit that I use for the competition. And as you can see, my profit and loss, I made one trade here. I made the short from 61,200 to 60,550, and I made 11% gain on that short. So that was a nice short so far, and currently I'm holding a $40 profit here on this trade that I initiated after we got the breakout from the short term, expecting the price to go to that 62,200 level, but I want to take profits a little bit earlier, so I'm getting out at $61,970, and from there I basically expect a pullback, so I will change my position from there. In the short term, however, at least at the time of making this video, this is basically my DCA order, and here's my stop loss for now. However, I will probably change this stop loss under the liquidation price level there, but I haven't made that decision yet. So maybe I will change it before the next video, not 100% sure, but this is currently my trade that I'm in right now. So that's it for this video. Hope you got a lot of value. And by the way, one more thing I want to share is obviously Doge. So Doge completely failed me when the attack happened. So Doge just completely flatlined here and went to the downside. Now we basically got a bounce from this long-term trend line here, and we are above the trend line. So this is showing strength for Doge. So if you want to enter Doge once again, it starts to look like it's actually in a good position as well. Hopefully no major escalations happen in the macro terms, in the short term, so Doge can fly with the money printers and the speculation on all those things, but let's see how that goes. But I'm still holding Doge, and I actually bought more Doge. At the bottom here, I made a small trade with, basically I sold Bitcoin for Doge and I bought it back. Where is it? The Doge BTC. I bought back the Doge here at 0.000169. So not I sold Bitcoin here at 172, then I bought it at 169. So not a huge, massive profit there, but it was like a 1% price difference. I was still bearish for Doge on that price point, but I thought, wait a minute, actually it looks good anyway. So I panic sold and then I bought back a little bit lower. So that went pretty well. So I'm still in Doge if you want to know that. So that's my update video for today. Hope you liked it. If you like this video, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel as well, so you will get further updates like this, and the algorithm knows that other people should see this content as well. Thanks for watching. I will see you on the next video. Bye bye.